Hello and good evening. Welcome to Old Time Central's Guitar Retreat Weekend. I know we're all really excited to be here and very excited for the concert that we have lined up tonight. This is brought to you by Old Time Central, where our mission is just to continue connecting people in the worldwide old time community and promoting and exposing old time music and old time musicians wherever they are in the world. My name's Dakota Carper, and I will be your MC for tonight. We have some great music lined up this evening, and I'm sure you'll enjoy what's coming down the road. So, if you enjoy this concert, as always, you are welcome to make any tip or donation to Old Time Central that allows us to continue putting on events and concerts such as you will experience this evening and all through the weekend if you signed up for some classes. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce our first performers for the evening. We have Ali Kafka and Henry Barnes joining us. Hi, Ali. Hi, Henry. Are you all there?
Can you see and hear us?
Yes, we can see and hear you. How are you all doing
Cool.
tonight?
We're doing okay.
Yeah?
We, we're someplace we've never been before in South Carolina. We decided to do uh, some Zoom tourism since there's no Wi-Fi where we live, and we took ourselves on vacation to St. Helena Island, South Carolina. But we just got
Nice.
here a couple hours ago.
Well, that sounds great. It sounds like that's sort of like what the new touring is, right? Go somewhere with Wi-Fi and you're on tour, you know.
Exactly.
Great. Hey, well, before you all get started, I just have a question for you, Ali. I was reading up a little bit about your music and your background in music, and I saw that you played extensively in New Orleans and did a lot of blues music, it sounded like. So I'm curious, as a guitar player, what kinds of connections you found between blues and old time? Are there complementing aspects in both, or is there conflicts? Could you maybe talk about that just a little?
I mean, definitely no conflicts, and all this stuff was kind of germinating at the same time. It's all the kind of stuff that I'm influenced by. It's all like early recording era music, and segregation is obviously an aspect. Blues being like traditionally black music, and I know we think of old time as kind of like a white Appalachian thing, but you know, the more that we look into it, the more that we see that that's not an accurate depiction of history. So I think all this stuff was in a melting pot together, and there are like aspects of blues in lots of old time fiddling as well. Um, and a lot of the separation had to do with like record companies and what they sought out to advertise. So I definitely don't think there's anything conflicting. Yeah, but I do like I picked up the guitar in order to learn fingerstyle blues. That was the thing that drove me, and I got into old time string band music from looking more and more into blues music that I was interested in, and I began to see the crossover,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, like early jug band and string band music it really walks the line between like what is old time music and what is blues. So yeah, um, all that stuff is in there. I definitely don't think there's anything conflicting about it.
Great.
And I there are influences that I have that are strictly old time, like for example the skillet lickers. But I think like when you're influenced by things, they all just kind of mix together and come out of you, and you're not necessarily thinking like, oh, I'm going to do a blues
Hmm.
run right now or something, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's awesome. Well, I am really looking forward to hearing this compilation of all these influences in your music. So I'll get out of the way and let you take the stage.
Thank you.
We're taking the stage.
This is Henry Barnes.
I
If you
play
can't tell, he
the
plays the
I
fiddle.
play the fiddle.
Well, anyways, we're gonna. I'm not so articulate about my opinions on the matter, but I'll just say that we're gonna do what we do, and it's a melting pot of all of our influences. And for me, yeah, there is a lot of blues influence there, but There's a little bit of country, classic country, you know, podcasts. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Podcaster and musical influence.
Don't worry, folks. I'm very articulate.
I should let him talk for me more. Anyways, kick her off. We're gonna play. Speaking of that mashup between old time and country, why don't you talk for a minute, real quick, about Tennessee Stud?
This one's from who's the blind guy?
Doc Watson, in case they felt it.
I was gonna say Dwight Watson.
Doc Watson.
Yeah, this is from Doc Watson's uncle.
Yeah. Anyways. How's that for a melting pot of old time country and blues?
I didn't bring my applause track.
Oh, darn it.
You see, it's
So
not the
next
same
time.
if you just can't hear people clapping next to you. And that's what we meant to bring to
The last live stream we did, we had a laugh track and it went over really well.
Don't tell anybody
It was real laughter. Do you want to do something else with the theme of a mix of old time country and blues, the Poker River Blues?
Oh, the Pokey River Breakdown.
Pokey River Blues.
Oh, yes. This one.
This has a real interesting guitar part that I can't take credit for.
Yeah, what was
It was Dick Justice.
Dick was was he a Logan or Lincoln County guitar player?
Oh, I don't know what county he was from, but I'll tell you he's a white guy who did a really good job playing blues guitar and playing it to back up old time music.
Yes, this is a fiddle tune from Roane County, West Virginia. And I was told that the Poker River is a tributary of the Kanawha, and it is the Pocatalico River. The high school team for Pocatalico or for Poca is the Polka Dots. Is the name of the.
Save that for trivia night.
Yeah, save that for when you're driving on 33.
Let's go ahead and do it.
And yeah, what's the feller's name? I told you I was articulate. Sam Jarvis. They said I was told
Dick
that
Justice.
I was told
Dick Justice
from
is the guitar player. Don't forget that name.
3 degrees of separation that Clark Kessinger never beat Sam Jarvis in a contest. But they both had that slick Kanawha Valley style, but Sam played very slow, laid back, and bluesy. as opposed to Clark's whatever he did.
We'll show him already.
Okay.
I always smile when I don't mess that one up. Especially, it's not as easy to. This isn't a stylistic choice. I'm just trying to, guitar retreat and show you what's going on. A little bit harder to play that way, but all right. With less ado, let's do something else. Maybe Katie Hill.
All right. This is a tune I learned.
This is a fiddle tune. Sky Jackson, Katie Hill, whatever you want to call it, is one of the good ones.
Yeah, hire me for your your wedding or your bar mitzvah, and
bar mitzvahs.
And I'll tell y'all at least 1 out of 3 jokes that I have about the name of this.
Mazel tov. Let's go.
Yeah, email me at barnes.44@gmail.com.
gotta stop playing like this because my arm's gonna fall off with these bastards.
Me too.
But maybe I can slightly give you guys a little bit more view. That's Katie Hill. Yeah, Katie Hill. So let's do. What time is it?
All right, let's just burn through these. It's 2018.
2018. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure we fit in the ones that we actually want to do. So let's do maybe let's do Trottle on Gal. And then we'll do Haley Fawcett's. That's what I said.
Sorry, we have a thing. So if y'all want a little inside window into what our lives is like, is that apparently when I get tired, I don't really answer people, especially those close to me. I just I repeat what they say back.
Or rhyme
to them.
with it.
I repeat what they say back in a funny voice, or I just say something back that rhymes with it. So
like I said, let's play Trottle on Gal, and Henry might be tired. He might go Trottle on Gal. I might go, okay.
But then she starts doing it too. She gives as good as she gets.
It's one of those kind of gals, I guess.
All right.
We're giving and getting over here. Don't forget to tune into Sunday's workshop to learn how to be like us.
Yeah, be me. And this
Give
is
it
from
and getting
this
that
is
is.
from Roger Cooper.
And slurring your speech. Okay. I'm trying to show them more of it. Well, how do we follow that up?
Ooh.
How about Jimmy Johnson?
I've done it before and I'll do it again.
Jimmy Johns.
John Morris told me that to play it special, you got to start with the coarse part first and then play the fine part. But I just can't do it. If you want tabs for this, you can find it on the wall of your local Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
You ever been to a Jimmy John's? You know what I'm talking about.
Play that free smell to me.
Yeah, by the way, I hate Jimmy John's. That's why I talk about him. Jimmy John's makes you forget.
Come on,
All right.
do a little song.
That's all, folks.
That's all for that one. It's not all for the other
Oh,
ones.
yeah, we got like 20 minutes.
Well, wonderful. Which one of these jewels do you want to do?
I know Jules.
Jewels. There's gems. There's jewels, and there's chestnuts. How about Unclouded Day?
I got to read to it.
Okay.
I got this one from a guy that I talked about before the last tune. His name was John Morris.
Our dog is sighing really, in a really depressed way behind us.
She hears us teaching guitar all the time. She's just like,
I don't know how often we teach guitar, but we make noises with instruments, and she just tolerates it. Just barely. The other one hides from it. So that this one Harry also got from his friend John Morris. He's a mentor of his in West Virginia, and it's a little hymnal.
it's a
made
little,
into a fiddle tune.
we call them God ditties.
God, jeez.
Because they're on the fiddle. We don't sing them. Can I hear you, G? This humidity just yanked my fiddle apart, and I just did a terrible job of tempering the strings when I changed the tuning. And it's gonna ruin the entire night, even after I'm done playing.
Don't speak too soon.
Okay, it's ruined nothing, and everything's fine.
If I need to, I'll kick you out and I'll just play them a bunch
This is one of my favorite tunes.
Just like they did it in the church I never went to. Grew up Jewish. There was a little bit of singing, but it sucked.
Well, we had hymnals and you had parsley. Because you always told me
I do love parsley.
You always told me
I
how
always
much
got
you
really
loved eating
excited
parsley in
about
church.
dipping the parsley in the salt water.
And she had me kind of jealous with my mouth watering, talking about that parsley and that salt water. I was like, hey, I'll do it.
It is this mouth watering. It's a beautiful God ditty, though.
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
You're making me think about things that people or other entities dip in salt water.
Like sweet potatoes?
Mm-hmm. You gotta savor it.
Interesting. Okay, let's.
I hear your notes. So
Yeah.
And contemplate the next tune.
Let's speak with your fiddle.
You know what? I wish that Zoom had just like a scrolling chat bar so that I could ask y'all. I could interview the audience.
It would be nice to be heckled in a chat box.
I just want
I
to know.
haven't done very many like internet shows, but what I did appreciate about the Facebook shows is, oh shit, we're getting heckled. How come nobody else is doing it?
Yeah, somebody else tell me what your favorite thing to put salt on.
We got a direct. Richard slid into our DMs.
Yeah, DM
saying
me.
boo. How about maybe something up tempo after that?
Tempo.
How about you do
Crooked.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's fat. It's
Freebird.
like
Yeah. We're classic. Classic Heckle. We got the next best thing to Freebird.
Redbird? I'm not serious.
So played out.
No, it's not. It's underplayed.
It's underplayed out. How about Crooked John? This is so I haven't been playing much guitar over the past year, and this is one of those that I used to be able to do real fast in this drumming pattern I came up with, and now I don't know how fast I can do it anymore. But I thought it'd be an interesting one to just showcase. You know, you are allowed to try different things for back in fiddle tunes. You don't have to go boom check all the time. So this is one of those situations where liberated. You know.
Yeah, y'all should have gave me a workshop so I could spend more time berating everybody. But the one thing that I gotta say that Allie just made me
you have a moment to do that on Sunday in our couples counseling session.
Can I just say something to how amazing I think you are?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Say it with money like the rest of them. Okay, the only other time that we did this on a live stream, donkeys knocked over the camera while we were doing it.
Oh yeah, that was this time.
It was during Crooked John. It was very chaotic. The donkeys got scared by Crooked John and they ran straight to the back of the tripod and knocked it over.
They got scared by us trying to tell them not to knock the camera over.
The donkeys don't do it. Anyways, hopefully there's no knocking over this.
Not here. We're actually on a horse farm though, where they farm horses
for their meat and milk.
Donkey
South
milk
Carolina is
like
a weird
super,
place,
yeah.
man.
South Carolina.
Go ahead.
Yes, Crooked John.
Don't make me chase you too fast. No donkeys. Somewhere a donkey got scared though. I feel it.
I feel it every time.
What time we got? I'm already working with it.
It's 20:37.
Beautiful. Okay. We only have time for about 3 more maybe. So I want to make sure that we get in Billy and Milligram because just do an interesting version of Billy and Milligram. It's one of those chestnuts, but there's always room to do it different.
And then a waltz.
Waltz, and I want to make sure we do and the one that's not using the right name.
What?
Brickyard Joe.
Oh, yard.
Let's do a
bricks.
quick yard bricks. Let's do a quick Brickyard Joe, just real.
Break. No. I was gonna say another alternate title.
Oh, you don't want to give that stuff away. Not on this one.
Yes.
Them's old timey secrets.
So it will be immediately apparent that Allie has arranged a very, what some would call unique.
I've been using the word
guitar
liberated, pretending it's the 70s.
Yes, she's been driving this very liberated guitar part, but some of the the framework of the guitar, I just really want to shout out one of my other mentors, Roger Cooper, who he played it a long time. He played this tune with the folks who the folks who it came from, which is like Buddy Thomas and Morse Allen, but there's these recordings all over the place of it, like a certain way. And I was at his house one time, and he just was like, "Hey, play the chords like this," and I was just like, "Okay, that's really cool and it's really pretty, but it's also just like, I think it's really cool how somebody sits around and evolves all the time. I like that. I think that's really cool.
Sitting around and evolving, yeah.
Artistic. I mean, that's what are we all doing except just sitting around evolving or devolving?
If you're lucky. Well, anyways, all Henry's trying to say is he plays a special version of it, and I came up with my own thing to it, and that's why we're showing it to you, because in the spirit of a guitar retreat, this is an interesting way to back something up. So here we go.
Good night, folks.
Into the next one. What time is it?
It's 42 after.
Okay. We probably just have time to do 2 times 3 milligram and 2 times 3 watts.
Are we gonna do Haley Fawcett's or Good Night?
We'll do Good Night.
Okay.
We love the C tunes. On accident, we didn't mean to pick a set with so many C tunes. Who doesn't love C tunes?
Like, we love C tunes, like, that's great. It's really just, it's not because we have a bias towards them, they just happen to be the ones
Billy in the low ground, Billy in the low ground, Billy in the low ground. All right. To end the set, we will play a tune called Midnight Waltz. Don't say goodnight just yet because there's plenty more music coming from people who aren't us.
We should rename it the Continue Waltz.
Please don't do any creepy stuff back there. Darn it, puppy. Okay. Goodbye. Or goodbye, good night.
Continue. Goodbye. Good night.
Goodbye
Yes,
waltz?
good-
No,
good
goodnight
night
waltz.
More
Goodbye.
like great night waltz.
More stay tuned. I was slightly distracted there because I couldn't tell if the dog farted or pooped.
It was beautiful. Not
But
that
nothing
part. The tune was good.
Here's some applause, guys. That was awesome. Really, you all sound just great tonight. All right. Thanks, Allie. Thanks, Henry, so much for being with us tonight. You all have just put on an awesome show, and you can hop over to YouTube and see where all the heckling was because people were loving what you all were doing. That's for sure.
We loved what they were doing.
Great. Well, thank you all so much for being with us tonight. For those just now tuning in, you are watching Old Time Central's Guitar Retreat concert. So we're live from all over the world tonight. I just want to make note, we are missing one of our teachers from the weekend, Ben Smith. He'll be playing with us in the concert tonight, except that it's about 3 a.m. now in Germany, I believe. So he is going to get some sleep so he's fresh for the workshops this weekend. Going back in time, though, about an hour behind us, I would like to introduce our next group, which is Trisha Spencer and Howard Rains. Hi, Trisha and Howard. How are you all doing tonight?
Hi. I think I just yelled.
That's all right. That's all right.
There's kids in the house.
Well, that's great. So, just one question for you all. I know you all are regulars with Old Time Central. We're always excited to see you all. I know I caught your workshops at the retreat last summer, I think it was, and it was awesome. And so we know that great things are coming from you all this weekend too. But I wanted to ask, I know you all have done lots of work and research with preserving and finding these fiddle tunes from Texas. And I was curious what kind of things you found relating to the guitar in those old Texas fiddle tunes. Is there a specific sound or things that you found in that music?
Never really been asked that question before. But,
yes!
One thing that I found was really interesting in a lot of the old recordings of Texas music, of Texas fiddle music, is that oftentimes the guitar player would play very straight the whole way through, just open chord, straight back up, and then maybe on the last B part of the tune. Sorry. Is something
We're hearing you.
Okay. So maybe on the last B part of the tune, they would suddenly introduce a whole series of jazz chords.
Oh, wow.
So you'd think that they would just be playing this straight backup, but then at the very end, it's like they wanted to show off what they had recently learned or what was recently popular or something. But I always thought that was really interesting, and it's something I found in lots of tunes. It wasn't just sort of a one-off deal, but
that is really interesting.
They would often show off these jazz chords, just sort of the last pass of a B part in a tune.
Wow.
And the rest of the guitar backup would be completely straight.
That is interesting. That's really interesting. All right, well, I'm going to get out of the way and give you all the Old Time Central virtual stage. Thank you all so much for being here.
Well, thanks so much. All right. Okay, well, we're going to start with a tune that we learned from a friend of ours named Al Murphy. He's a fiddler up in Iowa City, Iowa. Trisha learned this from Al, and he's got incredible knowledge of music and tunes, and he's just a great person to learn tunes from.
Stories are great. He's also a very good guitar player himself. He played, he was backup for
Kenny Baker. Yeah, and Kenny Baker Band.
Yeah.
So here's one of Al's tunes. It's called Walk Along John. Walk Along John. That's the name of that one. I think we're going to sing one for you now.
Interesting enough, during the time here at home, Howard and I actually have really enjoyed playing a lot of guitar work. Still do a lot of fiddle stuff too, but kind of figuring out new things to do on the guitar has been a lot of fun for both of us. This has been for me.
It's been fun for me too. I've kind of been in search of the universal note. I know there's one note out there, and really it's the only note you need to play. And so I've been trying to take out more notes out of my music until there's just one note left. And it's just, one note played well.
I wonder what mine would be.
Probably G.
It probably would be G. Although listening to Henry tune down a step, I'm thinking maybe like the low F would probably be my favorite. At least I think he was tuned down. I'm not.
I think so.
All right. Okay.
All right, we're going to do a little Darlin' Corey. Wake up, darling Corey. What makes you sleep so sound? The highway robbers are coming, gonna tear your still house down. Well, the first time I seen darling Corey, she's sitting on the banks of the sea, a 44 strapped to her bosom, and a banjo on her knee. Wake up, my darling, go bring me my gun. I ain't no man for trouble, but I'll die before I run. Last night as I lay on my pillow, last night as I lay on my pillow, last night as I lay on my pillow, I dreamed little Corey was dead. Dig a hole in the meadow, dig a hole in the cold, cold ground. Dig a hole in the meadow, gonna lay darling Corey down. Can't you hear them bluebirds singing? Can't you hear that mournful sound? They're preaching Corey's funeral in some lonesome burying ground. Wake up, darling Corey. What makes you sleep so sound? The highway robbers are coming, gonna tear your still house down. darling Corey.
Just making sure that everything
All right.
seems okay. Do you think so?
Oh, sounds like we got some dogs going at it out the front door. I think it's okay though.
We're actually playing in our home tonight, but the thought of being on vacation might be kind of fun. I think that's what Henry and Allie would
Oh,
say.
yeah.
They were elsewhere for better internet.
I'd
Sorry,
like
I was going to interrupt you. Maybe.
I'd like to vacation somewhere. Haven't been anywhere in quite a while. Well, over the course of the pandemic, is that capo right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We've just been doing all kinds of things, musically speaking. Of course, we play fiddle tunes every night, but we also just sort of do whatever we want to do. And, you know, I know that part of both of our family's music includes making up music and writing our own music. And Trisha's dad makes up banjo pieces. My dad used to write songs. So here's one that Trisha made up called Stepping Stones. It's a little instrumental guitar piece, and I challenge you to tell me what kind of tune this is, because I personally have no idea what you would even call this style of music.
Just music.
It's just music.
Doesn't need a label, does it?
Maybe you know. Anyway, here's Stepping Stones.
Ready? It's still kind of fun.
Stepping Stones, little tune that Trisha wrote.
I guess in talking about like guitar pieces and stuff, the guitar I'm playing on, there's actually a little story behind it. My grandpa was a fiddler. Many of you probably already know some of these stories. But he was a fiddler from a young age, and came from a very musical family where everybody played music. And anyway, when he was a young man, he started dating a woman, and knew right away what he wanted. And he told her that if she wanted to marry him, she was going to have to learn how to play guitar. And so she went out and bought a little guitar at a pawn shop, and realized this was back in the 1940s. And those two people got married, and they were my grandparents, and they got married in 1946, where this guitar was when it was purchased. And many of my family members, my dad and uncle, all played this guitar until they had enough money to buy another guitar. And came to me in pieces, and now it's back together. And I used to play this. Matter of fact, Howard dissed my guitar.
Well, that was the first night we met. Yeah, that was a big mistake.
You said you didn't like my guitar. And I don't know, we didn't use it. We did use it a little bit, and we ended up getting other guitars, and
kind of gone back to it, and I've learned to appreciate it very much. And I particularly like it on this song we're about to do. Just love the way it sounds on this song. This is another one that we have written. We will get back to a few little traditional numbers at some point here for you. Indulge us as we
get to do anything we want.
Get to
is
do
what we
anything
were told.
we want. Yes, and you got to believe me that I'm not doing everything that I want to do.
Howard wanted to open the night up with keyboards, and I said, "Not ready."
I thought this was a keytar retreat. All right, here's a little tune about the end of the world. I guess you could call it, or at least the very rotting foundations of our culture and society. However you want to look at it, it's just a happy little tune called Babylon. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Horses and all the king's men couldn't put Babylon together again. Babylon is crumbling down, is tumbling down. Babylon. Babylon. You're going to play a fiddle tune? How are we doing on time?
I think we're doing great.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Very good. I think we'll do a little double fiddle piece. Trisha and I have been playing double fiddle pieces for a number of years and always enjoy that, and figured you might like to hear a little bit of it too. So let me grab my fiddle.
I think these might be in tune, hopefully.
Let's see.
Move a little bit. Am I doing silly stuff every now and then? You look at me differently.
What? No.
I was wondering. Okay, good.
Trisha
Yeah.
just got her second vaccine dose today, and so she's hallucinating.
I do feel a little different.
Yeah.
Like
My second dose was pretty much laid me out, and she's kind of my handler when it comes to doing workshops. So it could be. We'll just see how it all goes. Hopefully, she'll be in there with me, keeping me on track, keeping me on task. Otherwise, you may be getting that guitar workshop. What are we doing? Are we doing Albert Black's?
Whichever one you want.
Huh.
Which one do you want to do?
All right. Hopefully this will come to me. Here's a little tune called Albert Black's Tune from Oklahoma.
Well, if you don't like it, we can do it. You can play it one time through, and if you don't like it, we'll do a different one.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. If I mess it
We
up,
don't have to be married to this tune.
that's right. I mean, yeah, it's online concerts are so weird. I don't even know. Let me just look, okay?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna look and see if anyone is like watching. I'm gonna bring up YouTube. I'm gonna bring up the Old Time Central Guitar Retreat, and yeah, we got a few folks on there watching. So
I can't handle that. I've already heard that.
okay, yeah, we've already heard all this stuff. Okay, so never mind. Here we go, Albert Black's tune. Albert Black's tune. All right, we got one more we're going to do for you, and then we're going to bring in a very special guest. Put my fiddle away. Pardon me.
Did you hear that, special guest?
Yes, I did.
All right. As we mentioned before, perhaps several times, that over the course of the pandemic, it's like we've become untethered from all sorts of things. Sometimes reality, sometimes the very things that grounded our music or whatever that was. Sometimes we just veer completely astray from that. And I don't know, we just make up stuff. Sometimes we make up new songs every day. We just try different things, and this is one of those things that we tried. And we're going to try again.
What are we trying to do? Like, just play it?
Yeah.
I think it's
This
okay.
would be... No, it's me, G. Are we? This one's called Come and Go With Me.
Brother.
Or sister. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Come and go with me, brother. Come and go All right.
I'm gonna give up my seat and let the young man come in here.
We're gonna have Mr. Isaiah join us for a flat picking tune. That last song was a pure collaboration between me and Trisha. Now this tune, let me introduce to you my son Isaiah. Ready to pick a little of the old guitar for you here. We're going to play a little bit of Monroe's Farewell. This is a tune I learned from a fiddler named Matt Gordon many, many years ago. And Isaiah picked it up from me and has been playing it on the guitar. Can I hear your G chord?
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very nice. Monroe's Farewell from Isaiah. You going to scoot it back a little bit? Yeah, I think you should. Okay, we're going to try something here. We're going to scoot back the camera, which is on a computer, which is on a box, which is on a table, which is on a carpet, which is on the floor.
Have to scoot just a little. Let's see. Is that going to be everybody in there?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be our last one. Well, I don't think. This is going to be our last one.
Is that, we timed right? Did we time that right?
I think so. I think we, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I believe so.
Well, we're going to have
can you hand me?
Isaiah and Trisha play some fiddle tune, or a fiddle tune for you. Sure is a treat to be here again with the Old Time Central, great provider of wonderful internet content in the old time milieu.
Well, if someone gives you a mic, you just like say all kinds of stuff, don't you?
And it's been a real treat being able to hear Ollie and Henry
We will be listening to Wilka.
Looking forward to hearing Wilhelmina. A couple of wonderful, wonderful musicians. And I am actually very honored to be teaching this weekend with them. Very excited about that. Grateful to have been asked.
Feel good about this tune?
Yeah. All right. I think we're going to do a little tune that we learned from Mr. Bruce Green, wonderful fiddler who lives in Yancey County, North Carolina. It's a tune called Old Beach Leaves.
Awesome. That sounded so great, you guys. Well done. Thanks for being on our concert tonight and being part of this whole weekend. We're honored to have you all.
Thank you, Dakota.
Thank you.
All right. For those who maybe just tuned in, you were just watching Trisha Spencer and Howard Raines, and this is Old Time Central's Guitar Weekend Retreat concert. So thank you for tuning in, and I just want to remind you all, if you are enjoying what you're watching and you want to make a donation to help us continue to put on events and concerts such as tonight, you can. I believe there's a link in the chat box for making a donation if you wish to. No pressure. We hope you're enjoying the concert, whether you donate or not. But that is there. We're a nonprofit organization that's just focused on trying to connect people in old time music and bring in this sense of community, especially during times like we are in now, where community is a little harder to reach. All right, we have one more performer tonight. I'm really excited to share with you. Joining us now will be Wilhelmina Frank Zerda. I've been worried all evening that I wouldn't be able to say that right, so hopefully I got that right. Welcome, Wilhelmina. Are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, welcome to the Old Time Central stage,
Thanks.
Virtually.
Nice to be here. Happy to be here with you all.
Yeah. Now, Wilhelmina, I was looking a little bit at kind of your musical history, and I found that you started out very young as a violinist, actually, and
Yeah, I did.
before coming to guitar, and you have been quoted to say, when you're 16 years old, "I value in other musicians what I value in any person: politeness, intention, class, and character." And that's pretty amazing. And you were 16 when you said that. So
Wow.
I'm wondering, do you still hold to those things that you said? Has that changed? And how do you see those things in music, those characteristics?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I honestly don't remember saying that. Where that came from, because
Yeah.
but
Major stalker here, you know.
no, that's great. Yeah, I would still agree with that. I think the character that comes through in music is so important. It's not just about nailing, the acrobatics and the sport aspect of music, but also sharing a little piece of your soul if you can.
Yeah.
And being a little bit vulnerable and a little bit, I don't know, letting your creativity come out. So I think the character aspect, definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I know that there's a lot of people really excited to hear you share, I guess, some of your soul in this music tonight. So I will get out of the way, and thank you so much for being with us this evening.
Oh, thanks for having me. I was gonna cut my nails before this, and I totally forgot to. So I have super long nails, which is gonna be extra fun for this evening. Just making sure that I am on. Cool. Hey everybody. I'm gonna start out with an old song called 900 Miles, and I'm not sure where this comes from, but I learned it from the playing of Barbara Dane, who is an awesome singer and had some great versions of old songs. So here it is. I'm going down the track, I got tears in my eyes, trying to read a letter from my home.
fun. I'm so happy to be a part of this evening with you all. Loved listening to Howard and Trisha. I love you guys. So fun. Yeah, I'm ready to nerd out on guitar this weekend with you all. This next one is called Red Clay Country, and it comes from Paul Brown, who's a big hero of mine. Yeah, it's got some very classic old-time vibes. So, check it out. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. That's my home, baby, that's my home. If you see my long-haired buddy, if you see my long-haired buddy, if you see my long-haired buddy, tell him I'm gone, baby, tell him I'm gone. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. That's my home, baby, that's my home. If you see my aging papa, if you see my aging papa, if you see my aging papa, tell him I'm gone, baby, tell him I'm gone. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. Tell him I'm gone, baby, tell him I'm gone. Old and Hetty, run to the window. Old and Hetty, come run to the window. Old and Hetty, come run to the window. Just passing by, just passing by. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. Tell him I'm gone, baby, tell him I'm gone. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone, baby, tell him I'm gone. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. I'm going back to that red clay country. Tell him I'm gone, baby, tell him I'm gone. Aw, I love that song so much. I was listening to it earlier today and was just like, I haven't played that in a long time. Gotta play that.
So thanks, Paul Brown. So I think I'm teaching a flat picking tune workshop this weekend. So I thought I'd play a tune that I enjoy. This one's called Rocky Palette. Yeah, ready to play some tunes. Don't do that enough. I'm lucky enough to live with musicians, so we play tunes pretty often. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, if you didn't know that. There's a lot of musicians here, interestingly enough. And yeah, I love playing tunes with everybody, but I don't often enough do it on my own, and I really enjoy the solo guitar tune thing. It's really fun. It's like you get to improvise and play new things, but you don't have to like follow the rhythm of everybody else. You can do your own thing completely. It's kind of freeing in that way. Anyways, well, being in Nashville, you might also know there's a lot of songwriters here, and I happen to be a songwriter as well. Although I've never said that before. I've never said, I'm a songwriter. It's kind of a funny thing. But it's true, I like to write songs. And this is one of them. It's called Stranger Darling. And it's kind of about when you feel like you know somebody and you've never met them before. You feel like close to somebody you've never met. Happens sometimes. It's pretty special. Also, real quick, I'm going to put my strap on because that actually is very helpful. And sometimes I forget to do it, and then I get a sore back. Something us guitar players know about. November wind is coming in. Kiss my cheek and kick my shin. Lying on the concrete street. It's time to go home, get back on my feet. Wandering through the crowds of blue, worn out faces and shiny shoes. I thought that I would come undone. Then I looked up and I saw you. Ooh, and I don't know you, but I can see you. I can feel you. Darling, I can hear you. I just met you, but I wanna be near you. Stranger, darling, I found you. The time has come, and I better run before I see just what I've done. Waiting for me in the sun, like an angel with a golden ribbon. There's so much in this world I wanna see. Oklahoma and Tennessee. Won't you wait there for me? I'm coming, just you wait and see. And I don't know you, but I can see you. I can hear you. Darling, I can feel you. I just met you, but I wanna be near you. Stranger, darling, I found you. Stranger, darling, I found you. Here's another one from the playing of Barbara Dane. This is called, I think it's called Who's Gonna Shoe My Pretty Little Foot? Who's gonna shoe my pretty little foot? Who's gonna glove my hand? Who's gonna kiss my red ruby lips? Who's gonna be my so much fun. I'm so glad to be part of this. It's a good excuse to make a list of some of my favorite songs and tunes. This is one that I learned this version from the playing of Woody Guthrie, and there's so many versions of this song, and I love to hear people's different versions. And I haven't heard this one too much, but it's called I Ain't Got Nobody, and sometimes it's called I Don't Love Nobody. There's many versions, but this one's kind of fun. Yeah. There's also a B part that I used to play this on the fiddle in contests, fiddle contests. I used to do those back in the day. And there's this great B part that goes to the minor. And when I learned the song, I thought, oh, there should be words to that part. So I made up some simple words to go in there. So it's a fun one.
I ain't got nobody, and nobody's got me. I'm just like a little apple hanging from a tree. Nobody wants me, I can plainly see. I ain't got nobody, ain't nobody's got me. I ain't got nobody, ain't nobody's got me. I'm just like a little chunk of wood floating on the sea. Nobody wants me, I can plainly see. I ain't got nobody, ain't nobody's got me. But I don't mind, nobody cares for me. I'll be fine, I don't need nobody, no. I don't mind, you don't have to care about me. I'll be fine, I don't need nobody, no. I ain't got nobody, and nobody's got me. I'm just like a little apple hanging on the tree. Oh, nobody wants me, I can plainly see. I ain't got nobody, and nobody's got me. Oh, I ain't got nobody, and nobody's got me. And I don't mind, nobody cares for me. I'll be fine, I don't need nobody, no. I don't mind, you don't have to care about me. I'll be fine, I don't need nobody, no.
All right. Here's another tune that I really like called Cherokee Trail. Let me make sure I'm still in tune. recognize this one. Shady girl, my little love. Shady girl, my darling. Shady girl, my little love. I'm going back to Harlem. Wish I had a pig in a pen, corn to feed him on. Pretty little girl, stay at home, feed him when I'm gone. Shady girl, my little love. Shady girl, my darling. Shady girl, my little love. I'm going back to Harlem. Wish I were in Baltimore, sitting in a big armchair. When I'm around my whiskey keg, when I'm around that dear. Shady girl, my little love. Shady girl, my darling. Shady girl, my little love. I'm going back to Harlem. A classic for you. Yeah. That was one of my ideas for this weekend, was to talk a little bit about spicing up old classics. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. That's kind of how my musical partner and I started playing together. I play in a duo called Paper Wings with Emily Mann, and we also live together, so we're lucky that way. We get to play a lot together. But we started playing by like kind of throwing together old songs with new variations and new chords, adding fun like new lyrics. Not that any of those songs need anything new, but it's really fun. It's a fun place to start the creative process with something great that already exists. And sometimes it's fun to bring those old songs into a modern lens. And a lot of the songs are so like resonant still, like they still are relevant. And I don't know, I think more people would like them. Like people even that don't like old time, I think would dig those songs if they got into them more, because there's so much there, so much richness, and it's fun. I love old songs, if you can't tell. So here's another old song. This is from the Carter Family. It's called "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" I mean, what could be more relevant than the title, "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" Like,
Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me? I say. Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memories cling to that bright summer day when I kissed you and called you sweetheart? Like the rose on the vine, I am clinging to you as I did when we drifted apart. I am wishing you back to that little shack where I kissed you, called you sweetheart. Does that chair in your parlor seem empty and bare? Do you miss me and wish I were there? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, darling, are you lonesome tonight? Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me? I say, are you sorry we drifted apart? Are you wishing me back to that little shack where I kissed you, called you sweetheart? I have counted the days, I have counted the nights, I've counted the months and the years. I have counted on years since we drifted apart. Tell me, darling, are you lonesome tonight? Oh, are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me? I say, are you sorry we drifted apart? Are you wishing me back to that little shack where I kissed you, called you sweetheart? Oh, where I kissed you, called you sweetheart.
That's a fun one. All right. Oh, I'm actually going to stay here. This next one is a song that I wrote quite a while ago now, right before I moved out here. I grew up in Oregon, you know, that green state on the west coast. I definitely miss it. It's a beautiful place, and I wrote this sort of breakup song right before I moved out here, and I was like, I'm not breaking up with anybody. I don't understand why I wrote this song. It doesn't relate to my life really. And then I realized I think it was that I was moving away, and it was like my breakup song, breaking up with where I grew up. We're still friends, in case you were wondering. Anyways, this is called The Forgiver.
still swaying in the wind. The cows in the field bow down to the sun. That's their provider. That's their Holy One. But I can't bow down to you anymore. I've cried too many times on this kitchen floor. And I will not be the forgiver. There's nothing I can give. I know you'll find it hard, but there's nothing to forgive. And I will not be the deliverer to help you find your peace of mind. I know your heart is troubled, but I don't have the time. Oh, maybe I'll pack my bags, hop the next train going by. Maybe I'll stop hiding the bags under my eyes. Oh, I've got to go now. It's the best thing I can do. Like the rain falls from the heavens, I'm falling away from you. And I will not be the forgiver. There's nothing I can give. I know you find this hard, but there's nothing I can give. And I will not be the deliverer to help you find your peace of mind. I know your heart is troubled, but I will not waste my time. I saw your smile in the mountains. I saw the river in your eyes. I heard the birds call to you in the morning when you rise. And I'm gonna miss you so much. We both shall lose. But I've got a choice, and this is what I choose. Will not be the forgiver. There's nothing I can give. I know you'll find this hard, but there's nothing to forgive. And I will not be the deliverer to help you find your peace of mind. I know your heart is troubled, but I will not take the time. I will not waste my time.
Thank you. I can't see any of you out there, but I feel your good vibes, and I appreciate it. I just want to do a quick time check. Do I have time for one more, or is that it? One more? All right. Here's one more for ya. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening. Can't wait to meet some of you at the workshops this weekend. All right. God's given us years of happiness here. Now we must part. As the angels come and call for you, the pains of grief tug at my heart. Oh, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your lone journey. The days will be empty, the nights so long without you, my love. And as God calls for you, I'm left alone, but we will meet in heaven above. Oh, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your lone journey. Fond memories I'll keep of happy days that on earth we trod. And when I come, we will walk hand in hand as one in heaven in the family of God. Oh, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your lone journey. Oh, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your lone journey. Thank you so much.
Wow, Wilhelmina, that was incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that with us all tonight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and thank you to everyone who has been tuning in this evening and watching our guitar retreat concert here at Old Time Central. Now this is Friday, it's just the beginning for us, so make sure and check out all the workshops happening this weekend. We have Ali Kafka and Howard Rains, Wilhelmina Frank Zerda, and also Ben Smith, who wasn't able to be part of the concert tonight, but he is one of our teachers as well. So if you haven't signed up already, you can still go and do that, oldtimecentral.com, and check out the full schedule. And if you haven't already done so, you can also sign up for our newsletter there and find out about all the exciting things that we're getting into these days. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm Dakota Carper. I've been your MC this evening, and thank you so much for being a part of Old Time Central and our community. Thanks, and have a great night.